Hello there! Welcome to today's video. We're going to take a look at upgrading this ship to a slightly bigger one. This is the wonderful cutter, the Drake cutter specifically, which surprisingly enough is very similar to a certain Winnebago from a certain movie. I don't know, you guys can figure it. Shout out to whoever put comments below which movie that is. Anyway, the Drake cutter is essentially like a space minivan. It is small yet versatile. I've been told that it has a decent amount of shielding and attack abilities, but I did not get to test those out in the period of time that I owned the Drake cutter. I wasn't really intending to sacrifice my Drake cutter to upgrades, because I actually kind of like this vessel. It comes complete with a little bathroom, a little place to sleep, a little bit of cargo area, and a little bit of extra storage, you know? But the Drake cutter is just a little bit small for my style of play. I personally thrive on the cargo mission runs, if I can manage to do them without having a glitch mess me up. So that being said, the Drake cutter is just a little bit small, having only a maximum of 4 units of cargo space. It's kind of odd because the cargo area of the Drake cutter seems like it could carry maybe double that. It might be able to one day carry 8, but I don't know if the devs are ever going to revisit the Drake cutter. It's possible that if they moved the door in the cargo bay maybe to the middle of the ship rather than to the side where it is, they could put cargo on both sides. And yeah, this even comes equipped with VTOL, which is useful on bigger planets. And after you've programmed in the buttons for it, you can close your rear tailgate just like so. So let's take a look at her in flight. As you go into space, obviously you don't need VTOL anymore, and with the engines forward, you get all the power of those 2 main engines. There are 2 smaller engines, which actually help, you know, and of course you have your vertical thrusters that help keep it aloft when on near a gravity well, like a planet or a moon, you know. It's got decent visibility on the inside of the ship, and including little side window covers for, I guess, if you get attacked in a way that breaks your side window, you can close that, and it's like those rapid shutting doors that you have in Star Wars, well, specifically Star Wars 2 and 3. So all in all, it's not a bad ship. It's got decent maneuverability, decent speed. It lands pretty easily. It's a workaholic type vehicle. It even is slightly OP right now. I've heard that it has way more quantonium fuel, which is the quantum drive fuel, than it really should for this size of ship. I think it has the size of like one of the supermassive ships, quantity of fuel in it, and this is obviously not big enough to do that. And you can see on this moon that I'm landing on, I don't even need to use the VTOL. Like, I just totally overlooked it. Now, some things that I didn't quite favor about this particular ship. One of the things is, while I like the automatic doors in between here, I think it would be nice if there was a way that I could just keep them open, because stopping and waiting for each door to open is a little bit annoying. But then, while I can click on the button right there, that button is tiny. And sometimes out here, even though you have 2 opportunities to open or close the door, you don't know if you hit the button. And it's like, wait a minute, okay, did I hit the button this time? Luckily it did. So let's go get some cargo. Grab some. You got to select your ship. There you go. We're going to grab some laranite. Wait, yeah, right there. Yeah, we have a variety of things, but laranite seems to be the most valuable for this run. And we can only carry 4 cargo. So it doesn't even cost me very much technically, but I'm not going to get very much profit. Obviously, this is a situation of numbers. If you have more cargo you can carry, you reap the benefits a lot more. See, and you can see that the 4 cargo sits right there on the side of the vessel, but there's this space that's bigger than the cargo that we could probably fit more cargo in. I don't know. Little tweaks here and there might be able to make that work. So here we are back on the planet that we are going to sell this at, coming in for a landing. This is technically this poor Winnebago's last landing, so you know what, let's give her a good landing and let her look out the door as the doors of her life come to an end. I mean, not really come to an end. She's just going to be transformed into a bigger ship. So, we'll use the landing, and I love how these cargo bay doors are fully articulated. And right now it's just getting all the locks out of place while it starts to move the doors, and then the doors start to move. And they come in, and then there's a second layer of door. It's just a beautiful setup. The artistry of this game is amazing. I love it. So, after the doors close, I will leave the ship for the last time, and then I will do a cut to show you how I upgraded this ship to a new ship. And just don't worry, I went and sold the cargo. I didn't lose the cargo. That would have been catastrophic to my details right now. They wiped the server, so all of the money that I used to have is gone, and so every single trade right now is very valuable to me. And yeah, that cargo needs to be sold, so it will get sold. Trust me, it got sold before I did this. But let's go over to the RSI, or robertspatesindustries.com, and look into the pledge store, and I'm going to show you how to upgrade the that dumb little button again. Wish it was easier to open and close these doors. But goodbye, Drake Cutter. Here we are at the pledge store. We're going to just click on ship upgrade. Literally, this is how we're going to do it. But comes with a catch. You have to upgrade with something more valuable than what you have. So $45 right now is my minimum. I have to find a ship that will add a little bit of cost to it. Now, if we go over into my hangar and I scroll down here just a little bit, let's look down here. Oh, there's the Drake Cutter. And if I open this up, these are some of the reasons why I want to upgrade the ship rather than just melting it down. I have, as you see at the bottom, lifetime insurance on the ship, which is kind of a rare thing. So I'm going to take advantage of the upgrade, which is apparently the only way to transfer to a new ship and carry the lifetime insurance. So let's go over and look at the upgrade ship again. Okay, so we'll click on ship upgrades. And we need to select the Drake Cutter. It says it's $45, so whatever we select, it needs to be higher than that. And I've decided on these two vessels. We're going to either do the Cutlass Black or the Freelancer. Now, I have done extensive research on both of these, and I think they are both very phenomenal crafts. So when it boils down to it, I just have to make a choice, and I think I will personally be happy with the slightly higher cargo capacity of the Freelancer. Now, if I could, but I don't have funds for it right now, I would go to the Freelancer Max. But if this upgrade works, I might be able to upgrade to the Freelancer Max in the future, right? So, I don't have the extra funds for that today, but I do have $65 stored in my account right now, so might as well use that $65 to make essentially a free upgrade. Well, not exactly a free upgrade, but an upgrade I have technically already paid for. So it adds that with the $45 taken off. If you notice, it was $110. Now it's $65 because $45 have been taken out because this is an upgrade package only. And it gives us some offers. We can see that we're going to upgrade to the Freelancer, and I've got to add my store credits. Right here it says that I have 65, so I might as well throw 65 in there. And lo and behold, my massively overkill price. I'm going to hit continue and go through the finalization of that. Now we're back in the hangar, and we've got this upgrade thing here. Now, I didn't know this when I started this video, but it didn't actually apply itself yet. So apparently we have to click on upgrade, or rather this apply upgrade button, and we will be able to truly lock this out. So this means that if you did start the upgrade and you're like, oh crap, there's stuff in the ship, I need to get out, then this would be your last opportunity to get your stuff out before you lose your previous ship. So the previous ship is going to be nixed, and the new ship will be the Freelancer. Now, this is where I was kind of terrified because this is the latest live update, 3.18.0. So we are not very far into it because, you know, they just barely launched 3.18. So I wasn't even aware that this would even work. So we came down here and I blurred out that area because I didn't want you guys to know how long my password might be, you know. Hopefully it masks it. But yeah, we still have the lifetime insurance, and I have a freelancer with lifetime insurance. This will probably be the last time I upgrade that particular ship. Now, let's go take her out for a ride. While I'm getting the ship ready, we need to discuss unlimited or lifetime insurance. Lifetime insurance for the game is kind of a fuzzy point. It is a token that's interesting, but nobody really knows what lifetime insurance does yet, because the question is like, what is going to happen if you have a standard ship that has standard insurance? You know, we haven't figured that out because we haven't made it into the true full game yet. We're still in alpha. And look at this beautiful well, at least the back of this beautiful ship. This thing is like, if the last vehicle was our Drake Cutter was our minivan, this is kind of like having a small semi. This is from 4 cargo units in the Drake Cutter. This has 66 units of cargo. And basically everything up to this line right here you see on the left is all cargo space on this aircraft, on this ship. So it is a beautiful ship. It's mostly clad in a silvery, kind of like stainless steel exterior. It's got a little bit of wings on it, which gives it a little bit of aerodynamic prowess in atmospheres. And look at this. When we go to open it, it has a full door button. I mean, you just have to tap on... well, of course I missed it. There we go. You just have to click on the door and it opens the door. This much I like. I hope they don't change that too much, or at least if they do change it, to still keep it decently sized. Because when you're trying to avoid a pirate or something like that, speed is key. And if you want to... I don't know. Just the small buttons kind of bug me. This looks like an additional... oh, it's got additional cargo in this area. So we just walked through the big cargo area, and then we got the small cargo area, and then we've got a side door that we can get in and out of the ship with, which is kind of personally my pro. Got like a drink area right here, and oh wow, a lavatory, water closet, or bathroom, whichever you decide to call it. So, and this ship is capable of supporting 4 crew, and so there is 4 beds available. That's not to say the Drake Cutlass wasn't a 4-person crew. It only has 2 beds though, so you can have up to 6 or 9 crew on board that have jump seats and everything. But when it comes to being able to bed log or whatnot, you have limited availability of that. You'd only have maybe your captain and your co-pilot who would be able to bed log in the Drake Cutlass. Whereas in the Freelancer, I can have up to 4 crew bed log, and we would all be able to relog back in wherever the ship might be. That's kind of cool. So let's take her out for a spin and go do our first cargo run. Oh, those doors are huge. It feels like we got put into a slightly larger hangar bay than we should be in. It doesn't quite seem like we got the right size hangar bay for this craft. It is a lot bigger than the Drake Cutter, so let's give her a try. Look at the... oh wow, the landing gear all hides away and everything. Nice. Ooh. ArcCorp and all the neon lights makes this look really cool as we take off. Love it. Now, we are sacrificing just a little bit of maneuverability to go to a larger ship, but we have 4 guns over 2, and we have that little rear turret, so if I ever do have a buddy that's flying with me, he can man the turret in the back and take out anybody who is following me if I need to make a run, or as they get to my sides, he would be able to follow them and attack them. with that turret. Now, I did take into account the fact that the turret does not allow you to shoot forward because there's this like hump on the back of, or midship like in this vehicle. But yeah, oh, that was weird. Funny little glitch. That ship was floating in the air and then suddenly was on the landing pad. So yeah, you can see that kind of weird like hump. I'll pan to the side in just a second as we get the ship positioned for landing. I'm just going to take up this edge of the landing pad here. But you can see that hump that's near the midship actually does block off the turret. And a lot of people have complained about it, but you know, I don't usually have anybody else playing with me, so it hasn't been a problem for me yet. The big difference maybe to consider between the Drake Cutlass and the MISC Freelancer is the fact the Freelancer is built more as a defensive vehicle, rather than the Drake Cutlass, which is more of an offensive vehicle. So both of them being semi-similar in cargo space, there is 20 units of cargo space less in the Drake Cutlass. But yeah, so same as last time. We're at basically the same place that we took the Drake Cutter last time. So we'll just pick up some cargo. And this is where I need to point out something interesting. I filled up the ship. You can see that the ship is full. Now, let's take it out. Let's go to the ship and see what happened to me. Oops, I clicked the wrong button. Let's jump into the ship. Yes, that would be good. Okay. Now, I like the side door because it auto-closes, which makes it hard for pirates. There are 6 here. There's none on the right of me, and there's none in the back. At this point in time, I did start to freak out because I was like, crap. And I wondered what happened to the door, but the door was just glitched. Something happened. I don't know what, but I didn't get attacked. I didn't get robbed. I don't know what happened. And I did submit a bug to RSI, or the people who run the SAR Citizen, and I really hope that this bug is not a regular thing, because when I do my next cargo run, I hope I have all my stuff. That being said, I just revealed we don't get all the cargo back, which means I just spent almost all of my funds to get maybe 10% back. So here we are coming into our corp, and you've got to give credit to the MISC Freelancer. The viewing angle of this ship is beautiful. And the lighting, even though this is kind of a standard setup on other ships, the lighting does not diminish this cockpit very much. So I do kind of wish that there was a way that I could see 4 of the screens, because there are 2 screens down to my lower left and right, just outside of our visual range right now. But yeah, I'll take it how I can get it. So let's take her in for a landing. She actually turns out to be very easy to land. This ship is not a terrible ship to land. It is a little bit heavy, so if you do go into the red section of your speeds, it takes a moment to reduce speed. And you can see we're going into a very similar, I think this is actually the same landing bay. This is the same landing bay that we put the Drake Cutter in before we left, before we turned it into the Freelancer. This is awesome. Anyway, I have high hopes that the devs will be able to organize and reduce the bugs that have been happening, because right now, if something wonky happens with claiming your ship or retrieving your ship, usually it results in it getting destroyed. So right now, fresh into the new universe that they have, you don't want to store anything on your ship, and it seems like inventories are acting weird. I had times when I picked up stuff and stuff disappeared moments later. I don't know what's going on, and there's just so many bugs right now. And one of the bugs clearly is being demonstrated right now with this cargo run. We did fill up this ship, and there is not a full cargo hold here. Yeah, so let's run over to the terminal and I'll show you what happened. But I have faith that this game is going to continue to be great, and it will get better over time, because it has gotten way better since I first played it. And I have to say, I really do like the upgrade, even though I'm going to miss my poor little cutter. Now, as we select here, we select the Freelancer, and you can see, look, only 6 cargo. I did not get destroyed, hit, or even attacked on this trip back. It was a clean trip back with 0 problems. And I only got 18K funds out of 174,000K. Well, no, 174,000 units of whatever the currency is. Golly, guys, that one hurt. It'll take a while to recover from that. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for joining me, and I've heard it helps if I say it. Like and subscribe if you liked this video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.